the Grottu Orloff Show. It's November 1st, 2020, and I just started the show, and apparently I wasn't recording, so I'll start over again. Yes, it's November 1st, 2020. We're coming to you in color here on the Grottu Broadcasting Network. Last night, Halloween, not too good. Should have been the greatest Halloween ever. You had a full moon. You had, it was a blue moon. And Halloween was on a Saturday. Should have been great for parties and everything. But there weren't trick-or-treaters really. And because of all this plague going around, it kind of destroyed Halloween this year. It reminded me of the Halloween I had when I was like 6 or 7, when I had chicken pox. And so Halloween didn't happen for me. But I thought today I'll make this a better day. November 1st. So I got up, gave the dog a bath, watched Donald Trump rally. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been also having rallies, and they just keep having disasters happen at their rallies. Trump's having like last night he had like 75,000 people in Pennsylvania, and Joe Biden was talking to about 20 people in cars, and his microphone kept going out. And then Kamala Harris, her microphone was going out, and then she looked behind her, and there was a hand tearing the canvas, the blue canvas behind her with her name on it. And I think what was happening is the wind was blowing so hard, they thought if we put some holes in it, it won't topple over on her. So, but then they made her move because it looked like a strong wind, and she was in Georgia. I don't really think of Georgia as a place with strong wind, but apparently it happens on November 1st, 2020. So anyway, it looks like supernatural forces are conspiring against the Harris-Biden campaign, but we'll see what happens on Tuesday. So anyway, today I thought I'll go over to Duncanville Books, and that's kind of a drive. It's the greatest comic store ever. What they do is they've got the current comics, but the comics I go for the collector's comics. Now they've got comics put out as in the $2 bins, and then they've got $5 bins, and then they've got collector comics. They're in another group of boxes, and those are half price. So if it's so if it's $30, you pay $15 for the comic. Then they've got Silver Age, real super collector comics that are actually the price they mark on them. And then they got the brand new comics that are in bags. I don't even look at those. So that's the way it is, and I always get excited going there, and then when I get there and I put on the mask, and, I can't breathe, and then all of a sudden I have to go to the bathroom, and then my back's hurting going over through all the boxes, and it's like, wait, I was looking forward to this, and now it's turned out as horrible as a Joe Biden campaign event. But I thought I'd show you what I picked up today at Duncanville Books. Oh, and I got this too. I went by the hardware store, got a new air filter for air conditioner. The old one was completely filthy, but I got this old person tool. It's got it's like, what it is, it's got LED lights, and it lets you I'll show you. Like if I can't read this Mexican comic book, well, I can't read it because I don't know Spanish that well, but let's say I just can't make out the letters, I can do this and see how it will enlarge it. Let's see. It enlarges it. It's for old people, see? And it lets you read. And if it's dark, if you're in the middle of the night, you're trying to read, so it's a magnifying glass with LED lights in it. So I purchased this tool for like $7 there at the hardware store, and that, instead of me putting on those hideous looking glasses that I do during these videos, I can use this. I notice I do a lot of hand motions while I am talking here on the Grottu Orloff Network. Right, first thing I got this just as an impulse thing right as I was leaving. It's a taxi driver action figure, and it's a terrible action figure. It's just the whole idea that this even exists You know, obviously it wasn't meant for children. I realize that, but it'll just look good on a wall, because it's like is there a movie that, like, think of a movie that is the most opposite of what you'd make a children's action figure for, and it would be Taxi Driver. Now, it makes me think, you know, God, how we used to love Robert De Niro. Used to be the greatest living actor, and now we just look at him as an idiot, you know. I don't know what happened. It's like all these great people, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, George Lucas, that once were this new generation of filmmakers that were wonderful, have just, something happened to them. Brain snatchers, possibly. All right. Well, one thing I noticed is that they had all the free comic book day stuff set out, and I thought, well, that's supposed to be May. And I asked the young guy working there, and he said, well, yesterday, Halloween, they had free comic book day yesterday, since they weren't able to do it in May, and they had all these comic books. They laid them all out and had kids come in and get free comic books. So I'll show you my pick of the free comic books. I got a free issue of The Tick. It says New Stories. So, you know, The Tick. All right, where will I put these? Oh, yes, we'll put them here. Yes, indeed. I notice I say yes, indeed, a lot, and that comes from my Uncle Guy, who was a bomber pilot in World War II, was the coolest guy in the world. He looked and sounded just like Don Knotts, but he was a bigger than life Texan with a big belt buckle and a Cadillac and a cowboy hat, and he was the brother of my mom, and he was just a wild character and profane and funny as he was Don Knotts. Just imagine Don Knotts as a Texan, an extreme Texan. And I remember how much he loved the Dukes of Hazzard back when that was on the air, and I thought, oh, why? But now I get it. But anyway, the reason he was really into W.C. Fields. He loved W.C. Fields because, you know, that he was popular when he was a little guy, and he loved Mae West. He was just loved Mae West. So, you know, watching those W.C. Fields movies with my uncle, I pick up some of those W.C. Fields mannerisms. You know, like instead of saying goddamn and, you know, taking the Lord's name in vain, W.C. Fields, to get away with it in movies, he would say, Godfrey Daniels. Or, yes, indeed. Let's see what other shit I picked up. So that's not an original catchphrase. I will say it's stolen from the great W.C. Fields. Also, free comic book day is Spider-Man. I have no idea what they've done to Spider-Man today in comics. Looks like it was really important to devote a whole page to them on a roof. This modern comic art, I just prefer the old days where you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 9 panels on a page, and they were dense with words. You know, 1965 Stan Lee kind of stuff. But anyway, this is the dark, evil-looking stuff of today. Anyway, I'll read it. I'll see what it's like. And here's a biography of Jack Kirby. He's drawn like a keen kid with these big eyes. I'm surprised he doesn't have a teardrop in his eyes. But it's drawn, it's made to look like it's an old comic on old. See, that's the way comics used to look. See, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 panels on a page. Artwork's not very good, but it looks like it was drawn by like a really talented high schooler, but this should be a good read. I don't know who Tom Scioli is, but I actually picked up 3 copies of it because the young man said, pick up as many as you want. Oh, and this is what initially attracted my attention, is he had these masks getting out, and so apparently these were given away at Free Comic Book Day. So you've got the classic, I would say 1971 looking Joker, and then you've got the Batman the Animated Series Joker. It says Joker 20th Anniversary. These look cool on a wall. Not that I have any wall space, but someday I'll have some. And this is the Joker from Frank Miller. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Frank Miller. Inspired by. So, someday there'll be so much wall space. It almost happened. If that hotel in Virginia, 16 rooms, 3 stories, an extension, acre of land, over an acre of land, if that had just turned out to be not in as bad a shape pre-Civil War as I thought, we'd be there now, and we wouldn't be worried about what horrible things may happen 2 days from now. The general word seems to be buy as many provisions as you can get, water and food and whatever else you need to be safe, because things may be happening over the next several weeks that you need to. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Who knows? Is that true? I don't know. I need to buy some more food. I got plenty of water. Donald Duck, Free Comic Book Day. It's Carl Barks. Can't go wrong with Carl Barks. And a little Lulu comic. Damn, this is great. So this is all free except for that taxi driver thing. Oh, and then I'm going through the half price bin, right? And so Peacemaker #2, I got this for like $7.50. It was marked 15. I have the Modern Comics reprint from the late 70s and Peacemaker 3. Now, I have common sense enough to know apparently people aren't very excited about this new Suicide Squad trailer, and I know the first Suicide Squad was terrible, but with James Gunn's involvement, even if you ignore all his juvenile, really worse than juvenile tweets that he used to do, he knows comics, and I think that this, and they said that there was, what is her name, Grace Randolph? She's this woman with like real thick makeup, like a blonde that's got this weird accent that I can't stand, and she's like an entertainment reporter on YouTube, and she's saying, this was the most unpopular trailer from the DC convention online, and the trailer just doesn't look very good, and what did she say? She said, I can't believe they're putting, what's his name, the wrestler, John Cena, in such a silly looking outfit with all the primary colors and everything. They put John Cena in an almost literal, including the bright red colors and everything, suit, costume as the original Charlton, and then I guess DC took him over character. So, and Peacemaker is pretty much what the comedian is based on in Watchmen, because all the Watchmen characters are based on Charlton characters. But anyway, they already are making an HBO series for Peacemaker, because they obviously they've seen the movie and they realize that this character is great. And hey, you've got to see this James Gunn movie called Super. It used to be on Netflix. I want to own a copy of it. It's really good. Super. James Gunn. He made it long before any of this, his fame. In between Trauma, I don't even know if it is a Trauma movie, but it's real good. Super by James Gunn. And you'll know his sense of humor, and I'm not buying them as investments. I'm buying them because I want them and I love it. And I realize that in a few short months or a year, you're not going to be able to touch these comics. And they're, I guess, I don't know. Who knows? What do I know? I know that you can't even see them. MyComicShop.com doesn't even have these. So I thought, I'll pick these up as a preemptive strike to avoid when they're up in the 3 digits or more. They probably won't get into the 4 digits. Who knows? This was in the $5 bin. Yeah, see, they know what, by the color of the sticker they put on there, they know the price. The clerk. I just thought this was a great cover. We may be hearing that siren for real in a couple of days. I really think Trump's going to win. Oh, and I bought this, and I don't know if I have it. I may have a complete run of Shanna the She-Devil, Khazar's girlfriend. It's just such, to me, such great good girl art. It just... And I love this era, this 20-cent era of Marvel Bronze Age. I just love it, and so I'm picking that up. Not leaving that one behind. If I have a double of it, then I'll just put it up on the comic book rack. And damn, what is this? Oh yeah, an early Hot Stuff. This is number 14. And as you go back with Hot Stuff, his head gets bigger in the early issues where he's like ultra cute. His head shrinks a little bit later on. But I even have Hot Stuff number 1. I can't believe I own that. Such a mega key. This is great. I hope I don't already have it. I'm pretty sure I don't. It's Hulk 1 in the Incredible Hulk 133. Just great stuff. That's probably Marie Severin because it's great art, and Marie Severin produces great art. And I heard Metarog was on. There's this great channel, and I'm trying to remember his name. He has people on, and they tell their origin of how they became a comic book collector and what influenced them. And he's got a great channel. Is it Spinner? I don't remember his name, but I'll try to figure out how to put a link or something. But Metarog was talking about, and this guy were talking how great the Hulk logo was. This Hulk logo that remained throughout most of the 70s and was the Hulk logo that they were using for the famous Wolverine issue. And they were looking at the Wolverine issue and they were just admiring. And Metarog was talking about the drop shadow behind the letters. It really is a great logo. I have to agree with those two young men. And here I had to pick this up. King the Conqueror. And there's the present year, 1971, weighing down the Hulk. These need new bags. They've been sitting out for a while in the racks. You can tell the bags getting a little saggy. What else have I found? Oh, I'm trying to finish my run, which is not hard. Well, it is hard because you don't see these anywhere. But when I mean it's not hard, because there weren't that many. There were 7 or 8 copies of little kids that were even made in their 1950s little kid comics reprints from the early Bronze Age. And this was one of those comics when they had just gone to 20 cents because the Marvel Comics Group logo, I don't know if you can tell, but the letters are just like a little thicker, so you can tell it's like one of the first ones. I'll show you. Or maybe it's the spacing. Yeah, it's the spacing. That's the one you see the most. But when they first went to 20 cents, it looks like the letters were spaced out a little bit more. That's just a little bit, but then when you see that, you don't want, this is insane trivia from the mind of an OCD idiot. But some of you can relate to my insanity, or you wouldn't have already watched 20 minutes into this video. Most people shut it off like in the first 7 minutes, according to the statistics I get. Well, that's on average. So there's people that go all the way to the end, and there's people that's like shut it off probably 30 seconds in, like, who the fuck is this idiot? Monsters on the prowl. Yes, you're right, the music is too loud. I tried turning it down, but it's still incredibly fucking loud. Monsters on the Prowl. The Coming of Colossus. And of course, then, they had a great, they tried to turn him into a regular hero character in Marvel, and The Living Colossus. I used to get those comics. I don't know what title he appeared in. It was some horror anthology. It was The Living Colossus, and then they went to The Living Mummy. Everything was living, because they didn't want to say anything was undead, because the comics code gets upset if it's undead. So he's the Living Colossus. Morbius is the living vampire. The Mummy is the living mummy. They're not undead. Marvel knew their legalities. Now, I'm not sure if I've ever heard of this character. Maybe he's good. He'd be good for a revival. I'm going to use my old man magnifying glass. Oh, he's Ultra, the multi-alien. Ultra. It was hard to read because they made the R lowercase. Ultra, the multi-alien in Mystery in Space. See, he's like a weird mixture of different kinds of aliens. This cover is just phenomenal. So I had to buy this just because I want to read it, just like a kid would have in 1966 when it came out. And this is number 108. Ooh, this works great. It looks like a UFO, doesn't it? 110 is this one. I wonder if this would work good as a lighting for my show. If I put it... Actually, it does light up pretty well. Let me try using that. Alright, that gives me a little bit more light. Oh, and I got, the other day I picked up a Fantastic Four comic because the art looked kind of good in it at Cosmic Comics. So I thought, I'm going to try some new comics. And I guess maybe I realized in the moment, but I definitely realized once I got home that this was actually Neil Adams. The Neil Adams working today, drawing the Fantastic Four. So I had... Oh, shit. I hope I didn't make a mistake. Anyway, I picked up an issue. What issue did I get? Let me see if it's still here in my pile. Oh, damn it. I think I bought the same fucking issue again. Hey, oh shit. That wouldn't be good. Anyway, I think I got Fantastic Four Antithesis number 2. Maybe I got number 3. Anyway, I thought this was the first issue, and this is a great cover. It's a takeoff on the Galactus trilogy. But it looks like, now I'm looking at it, and I paid $15 because apparently it's some variant cover or something. Or I don't know, but it looks like it says 2, so I don't know if I now have 2 copies of 2 with 2 different covers, or maybe I bought issue 3 the other day and I still have to get issue 1. I've got to figure this out. Too confusing. That's why these multiple variant covers are a pain in the ass. Okay, and then the $2 boxes, I got a copy of Blitzkrieg. There were a couple of other Blitzkriegs. I may go back and get them, but they weren't in as good a shape. But in the $2 bin, the comics are not going to be in as good a shape, obviously. Let me just pull a bunch out. Okay. I got this Action Comics Giant. It's got some, looks like some cool reprints at the bottom. Actually, that LED light may be making too much of a glare. Let me deep six that for right now. Yeah, Action Comics. And I like this one. Dictator of Earth. I may already own this. But the $2 bin, you know, what can I say? So the blue sticker, if you ever go to Duncanville Books, means $2. And I just wanted to read about these juvenile delinquents. from Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri. Yeah, indeed.
So,
Action Comics.
Want to visit a haunted house? I think
The Indeed thing. I keep saying Indeed. I notice I watch my videos. I say that a lot. That probably comes from Dr. Smith in Lost in Space. Who uses him as a role model? And think about the Robinson family. The whole reason they're lost in space is a terrorist who's working for the Russians, the Chinese. They never really tell who he's working for. But a terrorist is sabotaging their spaceship, either kill them or cause them to be lost forever. And the terrorist wasn't able to escape, and it winds up trapped on the spaceship when it takes off. So you've got a terrorist, a cowardly terrorist, that was doing this probably just for pay, and he's trapped in the spaceship with you. So what do you do with this guy? Let's have him babysit our youngest child. He'd be a good babysitter, right? And he could go everywhere with this terrorist who seems to be a little light in the loafers too. He'd be a good John Robinson, not a good and Marine right? Robinson, not good judges of character. I mean, they knew he was an asshole and they'd roll their eyes, but let the primary character. I know the robot was a lie and all that, but anyway. Black Magic. A Simon and Kirby special. I never picked up any Black Magics back in the day when these were on the spinner racks, but now I have. And this is an older Casper, 12-cent Casper. Casper number, I think that says 69. Yes, indeed. Casper number 69. 69. Here's Journey into Mystery. No, not the one with Thor. This is when they restarted it as a horror. Restarted it again as a horror reprint title. And then I got a bunch of several 80-page giants that I think I already own them, but they were $2. This one I don't think I own. And it says no back cover. Well, let's say it doesn't have a back cover. It looks good. It looks presentable. So I could put it on this rack back behind me, and it'll look cool. And plus I can read it. I mean, it's a reading copy. I'd love to have the back cover. Back cover probably had some great Aurora ad or something that someone probably has framed somewhere in an antique mall or something. This one also doesn't have a back cover. I think I already own it though. So I'll be able to look at the back cover and tell why would someone tear off the back cover. This one does nothing about a missing back cover. I think I know I already own this, but I'm not going to turn down a Bizarro 80-page giant for $2, even though it obviously is, you know, good condition, maybe good minus. That's how we used to rate comics back in the Stone Age, before CGI, CGS, CGC, whatever you call it. Indeed. Hold on a moment. What the fucking hell was that? Excuse my French. That song should have come on like a couple of minutes ago. It would have been so perfect. This is like a preview of upcoming shit you can buy. There's a comic, Ultraman comic coming out. This is stuff coming from Marvel. We'll look at that in a minute. I haven't finished showing you my haul. I saved these bags to put kitty litter in. Okay, I've got Vault of Evil, number 15. I didn't even know they got that high in the numbering of Vault of Evil. Oh, this is good. We still got Superman, kind of. Superboy. Not in good shape. This is again from the $2 bin. It's just such a great cover. Look at that. And what's cool is Crypto there And Crypto's got like a whole Superman suit on. Just decoy of the Doom statues. Yeah, I mean, that looks like something's been chewing on it at the bottom. But it's $2. That'll be fun to read. And I knew this would look good in the comic rack. There's a little post-it note that says "Peace Off" back cover. But I just want to read it. You know, $2, you know, that's half, probably more than half of what a modern comic costs. And I bought this back in the spring over at Collected Comics. I've been wanting this comic. This was like a grail for me for years. And I found another one, and I thought, well, I'll buy it again. Because it's just this great cover. Looks a little like Lux Interior. This hippie couple scaring a ghost. That's wonderful. Oh, there were some little monsters there, and I didn't buy them. There are things I remember, like, oh, I was gonna go back for that, but then it got to the point where you just can't breathe in those freaking masks, those face diapers, and this was also $2. The Savage Sword of Conan, number 31. I don't think I already own this, but luckily I wasn't fooled. I made a video about a month ago where I video recorded with my camera all my Vampirella covers. So I was there, and there was some Vampirellas, and I got out my phone, and I'm watching my video where I'm showing off my Vampirella covers, and it's like, okay, 58 is 59, and then I had 59. So that saved me from buying an issue of Vampirella again. So, but my problem was I wasn't saying the numbers as I showed each one. I kind of got lazy and was just showing you the cover, and there's got to be a better way. What are the methods you guys use when you to remember what you own? I mean, I'm sure there's computer apps. I'm not good with computers, phone apps. Now I can actually see my phone. Oh, sorry, this is really bright on my camera. This will. I'm Peter Cushing. I gotta get a good shot for my for a screen grab. Oh, fuck it. What else can I entertain you with? Oh, and I got a bunch of bags and boards. About 200 bags and 200 boards. Just in case martial law is declared. I'll have something to do while people are going batshit crazy in the streets. And I got my trusty phaser to defend the household. But this is my favorite of the three Joker masks. Yeah, this will look. See, this will look good. It's a pretty sturdy little thing, little band too, where I can just hang this on the wall. It'll look real boss, man. It'll look groovy. It'll look. Oh shit! God damn it! Collapse of She-Hulks. You don't want that to happen. Oh. So. Back to the world of COVID. I'm going to be like Joe Biden and put my mask on and jog out. You notice how whenever he comes up on the stage, watch, he'll jog out because he's told, show that you're vigorous, Joe. Don't act like an old man. Jog out. And then when you leave, make sure you jog out to show that you're strong and you're vigorous. If America elects that reanimated cadaver as president, this incredible crook, all the more reason to be moving out to rural Appalachian hills. The world of the hillbilly is where Grottu's palace will be relocated, where bluegrass music is heard echoing through the hills. That's calling me back to my roots on my mom's side of the family. And my knee's been hurting me the last day. Oh, look at this fucking thing. It's a one-eyed, one-horn, purple people eater. And you know it's a purple people eater because it said so right below his mouth. Ooh, and the eye is googly. It moves. How about that? How about that? How about that one? What an exhausting few days. And the next several days will be, they said that there was a poll that 55% of the people they polled said that this is going to be one of the most stressful days of their lives. Coming up Tuesday, November 3rd, the election. People are really fucking nervous on both sides. Trust me, the Democrats are nervous too. Because all the polls said Hillary Clinton was going to win. You remember that? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. And it becomes that part of every video where Grottu ritualistically goes over and turns off the lights. Your favorite part of each video, when the lights get turned off. Because Grottu does not like to waste electricity. So I turn off the tube stereo. See, when you turn it off, you can still hear the sound for a little bit because it's a tube stereo. Turn off the DVD player. Yes, it says off. Yes. Like Donald Trump's doing like 5 or 6, 7 rallies today. He was just at a freezing cold one in Michigan where it was snowing and sleeting, and let's go see where he's at now. Grottu out.